These are the 15 disadvantages of online learning.
First, lack of face-to-face interaction. This can lead to feelings of isolation and lack of social interaction. Online learning can sometimes feel isolating. Without the feeling presence of classmates and teachers, students might feel disconnected. This lack of social interaction can impact motivation and engagement in learning. Number 2, technical issues. Not everyone has stable internet connection or access to a computer. Not everyone has access to stable and high-speed internet connection. This can lead to disruptions during live classes, difficulty in downloading study materials, or even being unable to attend classes altogether. Hardware also issues. Not also students have access to devices that can support online learning platforms. Even if they do, issues like a malfunctioning microphone or camera can hinder communication and participation. Number 3, distraction at home. It can be hard to focus on class when you're in your own comfortable space. Being at home means being surrounded by familiar and comfortable things, which can sometimes make it difficult to stay focused on studying. It's easy to get distracted by household chores, family members, pets, or even the allure of cozy bed. Number 4, lack of hands-on experience. Some subjects require practical application, which can be hard to achieve online. In some cases, online learning may not provide access to specialized equipment or materials required for practical learning. This can limit the depth of understanding and practical application of certain subjects. Number 5, lack of physical activity. Sitting in front of a computer for a long period can lead to a sedentary lifestyle. Spending long hours sitting in front of computer or devices for online classes and studying can contribute to sedentary lifestyle. This lack of physical activity can negatively impact our overall health and well-being.
Too much screen exposure. Since we're dealing with computers or any other gadgets, our eyesight might be damaged and might experience headaches. We also experience being unable to eat properly since we tend to forget that it causes poor health. Pandemic time, where online classes happen, we experience being bombarded by different tasks with different subjects. And that causes us so much stress since we don't know how to handle the situation well. And at the time, deadline is deadline. And our instructors deduct points and don't allow late submission. So sometimes being obedient causes stress. Miscommunication during collaboration. So, it's very hard to plan in an online session since all of us have different opinions for a task. That's why sometimes we don't know how to handle and picture out our plans that cause us to waste time. Crash website or links. So, this is one of the scary situation I encountered during my college entrance examination at USPP. So, we all know that this university is very strict when implementing online sessions. During my schedule, I can access the room link and my schedule is ending at that moment. But even I refresh the website for how many minutes, it won't open, so I didn't get the chance to take my examination. Later on that day, the university page announced that their examination links are under observation. That's one of the disadvantages in online classes. Next disadvantage is the data user. So, it is disadvantage for students who have limited load since more than online session will maximize your shareable data. I experienced that one since I'm a smart user and this telecommunity is very expensive when you purchase a load. So if you have straight online classes in a week, your allowance might be in a tight spot.
First is the slow internet connection. As we all know, not all students lives in a place where the internet connection is fast. So there are tendency that students may fail to submit online submission of projects on time and or may experience online disconnection during online classes. One of my experience on that particular situation is when I have to pass online project or a video film at 12 a.m. but the internet connection was slow and I was unable to attach the file on the Google Classroom. So next is the unnecessary noises. So since we are here at our house, we can't avoid the unnecessary noises around us. So one of my experience there is when I have an online class and I am reporting on that day. And the chicken and the dogs are barking. So the animal sounds are making me distract and I was so distracted on that time because I am reporting. So I was unable to report it well because of the unnecessary noises around me. Next is the lack of focus or attention. So, since we are at our house, it is our free zone. We can do whatever we want here at our house. I admit as a student, we are experiencing less attention during online class, especially when we have something to do. Based on my experience during online class, I was bored on that online class, so my attention was diverted to my extra phone. So I was using social media platform and etc. Next is excessive screen exposure. So since we are having online classes or online learning, excessive screen exposure may lead to digital eye strain, fatigue, the eye soreness, and etc. One of my experience is when during pandemic time, so the whole day I was facing the screen because we're conducting online classes and I am editing some video or films and that will be passed the next day. So the whole day I was facing the screen that makes my eyes itchy and sore. The next one is the need for effective time management. So since we are here at our respective houses, we can't manage our time well, especially when we have a daily chores and a daily online submission. One of my experience on that kind of situation is way back when I was a grade 11 student. So my mother called me during an online class and I was so upset on that time because I was reporting, and my mother also told me that to wash the clothes, clean the plates, and clean our house. And at the same time, we have an deadline on that day, and I was unable to manage my time well. I was pressured, and I don't know what to do first.
And that's the 15 disadvantages and our experience during an online class. Thank you for listening.